up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into my Sephora VIB recommendations. Sorry y'all, my light keeps acting up. It's leaning too close, sorry, it's leaning too far back, and I'm just like, ugh. So I got a few things to show y'all. I got perfumes, I got skincare, I got foundation, concealer, lipstick, I got the whole face pretty much. Without further ado, let's get into it, girl, because we know I talk entirely too much. We're gonna be here forever. You hear me? Forever. And it's already like 3:30 in the morning, and I would like to go to bed at 5 o'clock before I have to get up at 7 to take Adriangameover to school. So let's get started. So I have 2 or 3 perfumes to talk about, so we're gonna start off with those, then I'll do the skincare, then we'll get into the actual makeup stuff. So I bought this one during the what is it, the friends and family sale that happened last month in October. Sorry, I'm talking about last month. In October, the same month we're in. So this is Kilian Angel's Share perfume. It smells amazing. Like, I'm not good at naming scents, so don't expect me to name or describe this at all, because I'm terrible at that. Yeah, but I like a lot of like patchouli and vanilla type scents. I'll occasionally do like a fruity floral, if you will, but I'm not one who's into clean scents and things of that nature. So if you like those type of scents, then you like my type of scents. I like a lot of the scents that what's her name, Bad Beauty talked about. For example, she likes Born in Roma. I like Born in Roma, the one in the pink container. What's another one I like? I like Princess by Kilian. I really need to get another one of those. So but I think I recommended that in the last video, that's why I didn't bring it. I have this new Black Opium, the green one. It doesn't say what it's called. I think, oh sorry, Illicit Green. So this is Black Opium Illicit Green. I love the original Black Opium as well, but it was something about this scent when I smelled it in the store. I was like, ooh, okay. So let me see if I can, yeah, I'm no good at describing this either. It has like more of a fruity type scent to it, if you will. Like I said, I occasionally like fruity scents. It doesn't have a floral, it just has like a fruity scent to it. Like I said, I'm horrible at describing things. You might want to go look up the notes, and then you can see if you like it the way I like it. Or maybe I should just read the notes. Why not? I'm here, you're here, we're all here. Let's read these cute little notes from Sephora about these perfumes I just talked about. So I guess we'll start off with Angel Shares. Yeah, Angel Share by Kilian. So the notes on this, it says it's warm and sweet gourmands, and it's warm and spicy family. So it's cognac, tonka bean, and oak wood. I really like the smell of it though. So that's the Kilian Angel Shares, and then I'm going to look up the Illicit Green from Black Opium and see what the notes are under it. I always buy travel size things. I don't ever buy full size perfumes. The first full size one I ever bought was the vanilla one you all saw in the I mean from Sephora anyway. Let's see, this is warm and spicy. It's warm and sweet gourmand, so I like warm and sweet gourmand perfumes apparently, because this is the second one we're talking about. It has green mandarin, fig, and coffee. So I really like the way that one smells too. And then I like Coffee Break from Replica, if anyone cares. I've been mixing that with the Skylar Vanilla Sky fragrance, and I really like the way that smells as well. Now let's get to the last one that I did not show you all yet. This is Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume, and Magnolia Bliss. So this is my first one I will have gone through. Yeah, so Magnolia Bliss is one of my favorites from them, and this is a fruity floral. Like I was telling you, I like florals as well. So this has gourmand essence, mahogany essence, and ambrosé. I believe that's how you say it. It's AMBROXAN. But I really like the smell of this one. Like I really like this. I just use this one on its own. Some of them I like to layer with other things, but this is one I use on its own just because it's just so wonderful to me. So those are the 3 perfume recommendations I have. I also recommend Born in Roma. I'm getting the new fragrance that Valentino just came out with, along with a couple of Valentino blushes. But you know, I can do a separate video based upon stuff I'm getting on my wish list. If you all are interested, comment down below, and then I'll film that Thursday night. I'm filming this Thursday morning because I have Thursday off. So you'll see this at 12 o'clock on Thursday to get ready for the sale on Friday. And then if you want to see my recommendations, I'll make sure to my wish list, I'll make sure that goes up Friday. Although I've got some stuff in the cart to pick up in store for the haul, so I'll probably go pick that up when I get off work, and then we can get a good old haul, and maybe I won't need to do that video, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Now let's get into the skincare, girl. So one thing I forgot to bring my Glow Recipe Vitamin Eye Cream. So let me see what it's called. I love Glow Recipe skincare. I was talking to my friend Kevin at work. He was telling me how he loves Glow Recipe skincare too, that he just tried. I'm like, yes, I love it all. But it is the Guava Vitamin C Bright Eye Cream. I'm trying to decide if I want to get the full size or not, because it's like I only have like a sample size to try out, and I don't think I have any more eye creams at home besides the one I have from e.l.f. So I'm thinking about getting this and adding it to my cart. I added it right now. We'll see how it goes, because my cart is like, both my carts combined are like an outrageously ridiculous amount. But I've really been enjoying that eye cream. I got a little sample to try out just to see how I felt about it, and I've been liking it so far, so good. But since it's getting close to winter, I think I'm going to be preferring this Tatcha the Silk Peony eye cream. The only thing is this is very expensive, so I don't know how I'm gonna be getting it. And I'm almost at the very end. I know y'all can't see because of the way my lighting is set up, but I'm almost at the end of it in there. So I really want to get another one of those, but I'm like, it's so high. I'm trying to wait to see if Tatcha is gonna have a better deal on their friends and family sale for like 25% off, because I want to try the body care too. That's just another thing on my wish list if anyone cares. But you know, I just can't do the price. I can't. Let me get the other Glow Recipe thing out the way, even though I probably should have did that first along with the other Glow Recipe. This is my Glow Recipe Plump Hyaluronic Serum Deep Hydration. I love this stuff. I need to get another one of these as well. I think I bought this off somebody who had like BoxyCharm and sold theirs. I was thinking about just trying to find another one there as opposed to buying it on Glow Recipe's website. But if I can find it at a good set with some other stuff that I want to try from Glow Recipe, then I'll go ahead and get it from them. So I need to check Sephora's app and see if Glow Recipe has like any good deals on like skincare bundles, because I saw some, but they had like the toner, and I'm not a huge fan of the toner. I like this. I want to try the niacinamide thing that they have, and then I want to get one with the eye cream in it. So if I can find one with this, the eye cream and the niacinamide, then I'll go ahead and get it. But I definitely need to refill on that. Right now I've just been using the what is it called, the one from Good Molecules, just because I'm trying to, you know, save some coins and use what's already in my house until the sale comes where I can get the deal. Last Glow Recipe thing I have to talk about, I believe I talked about this before, don't quote me, I'm not 100%, but this is the Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisture Cream. I love this stuff. Like after I do my skincare here, since I don't have any water creams, I love to use this on my face. But my all-time favorite is water cream, and then the plumping moisturizer from Glow Recipe that goes along with that plumping serum. Those are match made in heaven. I like to use those too, but this is what I use here. It's just as nice as those, and it has a nice banana scent if you're into banana. I got one more skincare thing to talk about, but I need to change my battery because it's about to die. So I'll be right back. Okay, I adjusted the camera. I hope that's a little better, because at first I was like, I wasn't necessarily feeling the lighting. But as you all know, my son was over here with his best friend this weekend, so I had to move all my stuff out the room so they could be in the room. And so now I'm like trying to readjust my life basically to the way I normally had it, since, you know, I had to put everything back the way I had to. Next thing I have to talk about, this is a classic thing I like to use a lot that I always use. I think I've recommended this at least a couple of times, but this is the Tatcha, the Deep Cleanse. I love this stuff. This is the original packaging. They changed it to the squeezy tube, which I prefer a whole lot better. This is really hard to get out of here. It's quite annoying. I think this is from like the 250 point perk that they pass out sometimes, because I just love this stuff. So whenever I can get it using points or anything, I go ahead and get it. So I really love that stuff. I think I have a full size one at home. I need to find it because I'm running low on the sample sizes I have, and I prefer to leave the sample sizes here while I'm visiting and have the full size at home. So I need to find my full size, but my my backup basket got moved around in the house, so now I have to find it in order to be able to do that, and it's a whole thing, girl. So it's a whole lot. I'm gonna start packing up some of my perfumes and we put them back before I can get these in here, and then I'm upset with myself. Okay, we put the perfumes back. Now we're gonna get into the we can finally get into the primers and then foundations and makeup. So we're basically about to start getting the makeup now. So I don't know if I recommended this before. I'm sorry to y'all if I recommended some of these things before. It's just I didn't get a chance to watch my video because I was at work, and then I left work and came directly here just to film this video to make sure it got up. So if I recommended some of these things before, I'm sorry, but I do really like them. I do really use them, which is why I wanted to make sure I recommend them. But I know for sure 2 of these things are new because I got them during the sale. So I got the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder Face and Eye. I have the shade 8. Show you what my shade looks like on the inside. I use this as primer a lot of time. I don't necessarily use this as like a blurring balm or anything like that, or I don't use it on my eyes. But as you can see, I put a little work in it, not a whole lot, because it's a product that you have to rub on your face, and sometimes I feel like it messes with the foundation I put on top, and then it just moves it around. So I don't necessarily use it as often as I would like, because I feel like it does a good job as a primer. It's just with certain foundations I feel like it's temperamental. Like if I have to use a stick foundation and rush out the house, I don't want the stick foundation to disturb the primer underneath, whereas with the liquid I feel like I can lightly rub and then blend it in and it won't disrupt it as much. Maybe it's just me. You can comment down below and let me know if you've had that issue. And since I have a colorful one, I feel like it shows more. If I had bought the invisible one, then I feel like it might be easier, but because I bought one for my skin tone because it said powder and it turned out not to be what I thought it was, I, you know, have this one now. We wasn't returning it, so there you go. Next I have, and remember I told y'all in complexion corner I was on the fence about this product, but now I am totally here for it and recommend it a lot. I think I'm wearing it on my face today if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure I have this on in certain places on my face, and then I put another one of the primers that I'm going to talk to you about on my face as well. So this is the Milk Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. I'll probably not buy another one of these during the summer sale, because I'm trying to use the Diypansy one a little bit for the winter and hold off on this one, because I feel like this one does a little better job than that one. Maybe it's just me. I think it's just I've used this one more than that one, and because of the coloring, like I said, I like this one better because it's clear. But this is a really good primer, and it took me a while to get into it, but now that I'm into it, I definitely would recommend that you try it. The one I have on right now is the Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer with Collagen Peptides. If y'all remember, I told you Babs Beauty was raving about this primer, so I had to get my hands on it. She said she likes the glowish one a little bit better, so I'm thinking about grabbing that one during the sale, or maybe waiting for a holiday sale on Huda's website, because since I have so many primers to use, I don't feel like I need to rush and get any more, although I am really into the pore blurring primers, and this one definitely does a good job. It has this weird skincare texture to it, like it's really thin. It feels a little silicone-y, but not like to the extent of like the Smashbox primer or the Ren Beauty one I told you all about felt really silicone-y. It doesn't feel like that, but it feels really nice and moisturizing on the skin, and it does blur things nicely and smoothly. I feel like it does a great job with that. It just feels like you're putting skincare on your pores to cover them up. It's really nice, and I recommend it. So this is the time to get it during sale, because I think it's like $39 or something like that. I actually found mine on Poshmark from someone who got it in the PR for like 25 bucks, so I went ahead and bought hers because it was a better deal, or about the same as buying it from Sephora. So, and since I bought from the seller before, she gave me, I think, a little bit of discount or a free sample or something like that. Anyway, the last one I have for primers is the Peace Out Instant Pore Perfector with hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and mushroom extract. Now, I like the Cali Ray one better than this, but this is still a good primer. If you like more of a skincare primer and you just want to prime your face with this just to blur your pores, and then put a simple like BB cream or CC cream on, I feel like it's nice for that. Or you can just wear it alone if you want to blur out your pores a little bit, and it'll work for that. But I really like it. It's just I like the Cali Ray a little bit more, but I figured since I had tried both, I could recommend both. This one is a thicker consistency. This feels more like a primer than the Cali Ray one. The Cali Ray one feels like lotion. This one has a thicker consistency to it. I believe I told you all that in the video when I tried it, comparing it to the Cali Ray. I told you in the Cali Ray one or the Peace Out one. I don't remember which video it was. Now, let's get into some foundations. I only have 4, believe it or not. I did want to mention though, like, 5. If you were thinking about, let me get that one out the way first, and then we'll get to the other ones. If you're thinking about getting the Patrick Ta foundation, you might want to just go ahead and get the what do you call it? The Good Apple foundation. I have a video actually comparing both of these coming soon. I don't remember if it's already up or not. I think I put up the Diypansy versus the NYX Born to Glow before I put up this one, but I have one comparing both of these coming soon, so hopefully it goes up during the sale. I think it goes up the day of the sale on the 28th. Don't quote me though. If it doesn't, I will change it so that way you can have a comparison and see which one I prefer. I do like both of them though, so I figured I'd show you both of them, but one just gives a little bit more coverage than the other one, so you have to decide which one you like based upon that. So I wear the shade Tan 3 in this one. Someone told me Tan 3 or Tan 4. I ended up getting Tan 3 and it worked fine for me, so I like this shade right here. And then in the Good Apple I wear Tan 074. And I've used this a bit as well. As you can see, there's a nice little hole in there. But I feel like in products like this, you don't get as much product as you would with a liquid. So that's why it looks like it has more damage done to it than it really does. Because I used this for a little while, didn't use it a whole lot. I've used this for a little while, I haven't used it a whole lot. But as you saw, both of them look like they have been super, super loved. And I haven't even used either one of them a whole lot. So there's that. Now we're going to get into the other foundations. So I told her I had 6 foundations, but one of them I've talked about before, so I wasn't necessarily counting the good apple because I think I've talked about it in the past. If I haven't, I feel like I have. Don't quote me though. Now of course y'all know I love me some Mented Beauty, so of course I was going to talk about the Mented Beauty, what is this stick called? I always forget the name of the stick. Perfecting Complexion Stick. I have the shade Tiger Eye. That's the shade I normally wear. You've seen me wear this in a few videos because it's one of my like go-to foundations when I am here. I can put it on quick, and when I'm in a rush to make a video, know I'm going to look good regardless of what's going on, and just wear it. So this is my shade. This is what it looks like. I actually have a link to Mented Beauty, but I figured since the sale was going on, I'd rather you get the deal than just use my link. So if you want to get this foundation, definitely go ahead and get it. I think they have expanded the shade range, and they changed the component, if I remember correctly, of this foundation, because they had a whole thing on Instagram about how it's coming back and people wondering where it was, because it's a really good foundation. I just feel like it doesn't get talked about as much as it should. Next foundation, I actually changed my mind about a couple of these foundations, so I'll talk about those and end on the one that I feel like you shouldn't be surprised by that I'm going to talk about. But the one size turn up the base BBB Cream Beauty Blur Balm. So if you all remember, I told you all that to me this was too thick and I didn't necessarily like it. I've grown to like it. I still feel like it's really thick. I stand by that. It's really thick for what it's supposed to be a BB cream. But I guess because it says it's a balm, I guess that's supposed to make up for the thick texture of it. Not exactly sure. But it looks really nice on the skin. And I always said it looked nice on the skin. I just, you know, like going through the process of putting it on, I never thought it looked nice. So I was never excited to put it on. I was like, yes, this is going to change my life. And I still feel that way. It's just I know at the end it's going to look nice. So I figured I'd go ahead and, you know, shout it out, and if you are interested in getting it, this would be the time to get it. Now on my wish list from the same brand, I'm thinking about getting the foundation powder, because again, Babs Beauty or Stephanie here on YouTube was talking about how, you know, the foundation powder was so amazing, and she recommended this and one other powder. I think I already had the other powder she recommended, and so I was like, well, this is the only one I have to get, and I'm thinking about getting it. I don't know, we'll have to see, because I have like so many powders, but lately I've only been into pressed powders. I haven't really been using like loose powders. I mean, I might use them underneath my eyes, but people are coming out with lots of pressed powders, and I'm here for it. So since it's a pressed powder, it might be more appealing to me in that regard, because I don't have to worry about the mess of pressing it out. I can get a brush, pat it in my face, and keep it moving. I need to buy more kabuki brushes now though, to make up for the fact that I'm used to pressed powders. Oh, when you change your makeup routine, you think it's just gonna be one thing. Girl, it'll be like that. No, but next, if you all remember, I was talking about how horrible I didn't like this foundation. It took me a while to come around to it, but I still don't like the fact that I have to get a yellow dye, the yellow pigment drops to adjust to make this work, because in my opinion, this is still too orange-ish red. I'm sorry. It's just still too orange for me, and it looks a hot orange mess. So, I like the foundation. The finish looks great. It's just you have to make sure you get a pigment drop. I got the yellow pigment drops from e.l.f. They're a really good deal, but you can also go to your local CVS and just pick up the yellow pigment from LA Girl, and it should do the same thing. At least I believe so. Don't quote me. I haven't used that one. I've only used the e.l.f. one with this, and it worked out just fine for me. So the finish is gorgeous. The foundation looks nice on the skin. It's just I was somewhat hesitant to recommend it still, just because it's like you have to put in the extra work and buy an extra thing to put with this, and that's like a $50-something foundation. But I guess if you get it during the sale and you feel compelled to try it, and then you feel the way I feel about it, you at least have the chance to, you know, have the extra funds that you didn't spend on the foundation to go get the yellow primer to change the color. But I figured I'd mention it. Why not? Last but not least, of course, y'all know I was gonna mention this Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. Now, if you remember in this, you have to pick the opposite of what your undertone is. Like, I had to pick a cool tone, even though I am a warm tone. So I wear the shade, it's hard to read, it's 470 medium deep cool. See, it says cool in the name, even though I don't have a cool undertone. I have a golden warm undertone. But I really love this foundation. I've been using it quite a bit. I like to use the blurring balm with this foundation to make sure that my skin is mattified, or the milk polar eclipse primer to make sure that the skin looks nice, but it makes it look less oily and more skin-like. The same thing with Patrick Ta. I use those two primers to make sure that the skin does not look oily and crazy. And they do an excellent job. So if you're going to get this, just make sure you get one of those primers. Like, you can have a good... It looks gorgeous, but it takes a lot. Okay, so... now let's get into some concealers. I actually only have 2 concealers. I know, right? Who am I? I feel like I try so many makeup products. In fact, I only have 2 concealers. I'm just like, And I think the Dior concealer came out this year too. But I just wasn't as crazy about that one as I am about the original concealer. I think it's because it has that weird brush tip that you have to use to put the concealer on with, and I wasn't feeling that. Like, no, just let me get a normal doe foot. I don't need that. So I'm gonna start off with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. This is it's a Luminous Matte Concealer, right? Yeah, Luminous Matte Liquid Concealer. I wear the shade Crumble 7.1N. This is what she looks like. I love using this with the foundation stick. Like, they are a match made in heaven. It's everything. It's wonderful. I'm actually about to do a current favorite video where I talk about this and that foundation stick just because it's so amazing. So definitely get your hands on this. Absolutely stunning, wonderful, amazing. Get it. Get it. It's beautiful. I know they say it looks shimmery and crazy underneath the eyes. I haven't found it to look shimmery and crazy underneath my eyes. If anything, I feel like the glowish powder would do that to it because it's already supposed to be a luminous matte finish. But I don't necessarily get a luminous matte finish from it. Maybe it's the powder I use on top of it that doesn't give that. But putting it on, I didn't feel like it did that. So next, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I wear the shade 11.75 Tan. I have the shade 13 as well, but I don't see too much of a huge difference between the both of them. So I'm fine with having the shade 11.75. But I also have, I believe, the shade 13 that I got from Sephora for free that you could try out when you made a purchase. So I wanted to get a deeper shade to see what the difference was. I didn't see any difference, so you can get this one or you can get that one. I should swatch both of them by side so y'all can see the difference. Hold on, now I gotta go in the bathroom. Oh, so as you can see, I don't see a huge difference between the two. Like, this one right here is 11.75 and then this one is 13. So I don't see a huge difference. I mean, I see the slightest difference, but I don't see enough to where I'm going to stop buying 11.75 because, yeah. But that's just me. Next, we're going to talk about some, let me see, what do I want to talk about next? I guess we can talk about some powders and then we'll go to bronzers, blushes, and highlighters. Then we end some eyeshadow. I'm sorry, we'll end probably with lips because I got some eyeshadow palettes to talk about too. So I only have 3 powders. One of these powders, I'm sorry, a couple of these powders I feel like for sure I talked about. I'm not 100% sure though, so again, my apologies if I did talk about them before. I'm gonna start off with the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I wear the shade 410. If you all remember, it came in these oxidized, so you have to buy a shade lighter. So I had to buy 410 because I wear the foundation shade 420, but 410 is the best powder for me because when you put it on, it goes down to 420, so because it oxidizes. So this is what it looks like. I actually feel like this is a really good, I mean, I feel like there's also a drugstore alternative to this. If you all saw my video where I compared it to a drugstore alternative, the drugstore alternative is actually on my face right now. I'll try to remember to link it up above. I make no promises. We know I'll forget to link up a whole bunch of stuff and just link up random things and call it a day. Or not link up anything at all and just be glad the video got uploaded like it's supposed to without a thumbnail or anything. Y'all know it'd be the struggle. When you have to film videos at 3 in the morning, it's a struggle, okay? But I really like this powder. I think it works pretty well. I don't use it that often, but I do really like it, so I figured to go ahead and recommend it. Y'all know I love this Kosas Velvety Cloud Set Powder. I'm sorry, it's Cloud Set Powder. My shade is Velvety. Now, I did buy the shade that's my skin tone, so it does go deeper on me. But again, I'm fine with that because I wear this in the summertime a lot of the time when I wear the Kosas foundation. And then the concealer and then the bronzer, so it all works out well for me. I wouldn't wear this in the wintertime. Now that it's fall, I've slowed down on wearing this. I'll wear other powders instead. Like I wear the Fenty one instead. I leave that here to wear because it's just going to oxidize to my actual skin tone. But This is a great, amazing powder. I was thinking about doing a sale, buying another one because I'm really into pressed powders now. But it's like I already have the Fenty one and this one. And then I think I have like a couple of other powders I leave here. So I'm like, we don't need to get carried away with the craziness of the powders. Like, I need to calm down and get my life in order. So I'm like, I'm not going to do any more. The last powder I have to talk about is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish in the shade Tan Deep. Now, if you already have Pat McGrath powder, I feel like you don't need this powder. Because if anything, I feel like this powder has a little bit of like glitter shimmer-ish type particles to it that you don't get from the Pat McGrath one. So if you already had the Pat McGrath one and bought it during her 25 or 30% off sale, depending on how much you bought, then you don't need this powder. However, if you don't have that one and you just mainly shop at Sephora, I think it'd be good for you to get this during the sale. Now, this is more than Mother's powder, but I think there's more in this than there is in Mother's. I think Mother's is only 0.17 and this is 0.31. Plus, you have the option to refill this, so you don't have to buy the whole component again like you have to do with Mother. You can just buy this, and you can just buy the refill pan and put it in this again. So if anything, I would probably recommend you go ahead and get this, just because you can go ahead and refill it and call it a day. But if you don't want to, then that's okay. You can just go ahead and get Pat McGrath's on the sale, but I think her sale ended tonight. I believe that's what the email I got said. But I really like this powder. I've been using it nonstop like crazy. I don't try to use the Pat McGrath as much just because the dome one, it breaks easily, and I already have one that's broken because of the dome shape of it. But that powder is just as amazing as this. So either one would be good. I'm just trying to mention stuff I haven't mentioned before, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned the Pat McGrath because y'all know I love Mother. So I was going to mention. Question is, how many times did I mention? Okay. Now let's get into some of these cream bronzers. So I have like 4 cream bronzers. I feel like I've talked about 2 of them before, so my apologies if I did. But like I said, girl, it's 4 in the morning. Okay, I was just trying to get the video up. I was like, I know this stuff is good and I want to recommend it. So I'm starting with the most affordable one. This is the LYS Beauty bronzer stick in the shade, this is No Limits in the shade Strength. So this is what it looks like. I wear the shade Strength in the powder as well. It's a nice creamy bronzer, contourish type stick. It will definitely contour the hollows of your face and have you out here looking just amazingly snatched. I don't actually have that on today. I have on a lot of drugstore stuff today. Funny, I have on drugstore stuff by doing this bougie ass video, but you know, be that as it may. But it's really good and affordable, and it's almost as affordable as the drugstore thing that's on my face, crazy enough. So, you know, I think it's like maybe less than $10 off the price of the drugstore thing that's on my face right now. So I mean, drugstore creeping up there, and she and Sephora giving us all the bargains. So there you go. Next one I have is this Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick. I believe he won an award for this. I finally got my hands on it. As you can see, it's not that much product in it, but I really like it. I think it does an excellent job. I got my hands on it during the last Sephora sale, I believe, and I was happy to, because I had heard so many things about it, and the fact that it won an award, I was just like, yes. There's the brush on the other side. I don't ever use the brush just because I'm like, you know, I'm at home, but I guess it's supposed to be there if you're on the go and need to do something. So there's a brush on the other end. Random side note, I have the shade Dark. That's the shade I usually wear in his stuff. I'll wear dark, and then for the summertime I'll buy the shade deep, so that way I have a deeper bronzer or whatever to go with. Because originally when I bought it, I didn't know what shade I was going to need, and I wanted to give you all option in the video as well. Next, I have the NARS Sun Kiss Bronzing Cream. Now this is the original one that they came out with that was supposed to be Casino, that isn't that dark. I'm just using this to show you all the product. I forgot to bring the Lagunas that work for me. I have the shades Laguna 4 and 5, I believe. 4 is the one I can wear now, and 5 is the one I would wear in the summertime. This is actually, I think, Laguna 3, or the original shade Casino. This is what it looks like. I really think it's a beautiful product. There's a few cream bronzers I feel like just do a really excellent job, including the one I'm about to show you now from Makeup by Mario. Yes, I have another one, and honey, can you see I love this product? This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Dark Deep. Now this is what I was wearing all summer long. This is one of the ones I use the most in the summer, if you can't tell, because you know we've hit pan on it. I do have the shade Dark though for the winter time, so I'm probably just gonna try to finish this one off and just use my lighter bronzers to make me look about the same once my skin starts lightening up, because you know there's not as much sun hitting it. But I definitely think I will be able to pan this easily, because look how much has been paying now. I haven't even had it that long. So needless to say, this will be part of your best of 2022 products for sure. Because I mean, I already hit pan. In the spring sale, I'm probably gonna buy another one of these in this shade for the summer because I like it that much. A bronzer I should have bought a whole lot sooner and didn't, and I regret because now it's winter time and I'm not gonna want to wear the shade. I'm sorry, it's fall and I'm not gonna want to wear the shade. This is the Melt Ultra Matte Powder Bronzer in the shade Long Beach. When these first came out, I was like, it's just another bronzer, who cares? Like, you know. But no, it's not just another bronzer. I absolutely love the formula of this. I love the way it looks on the skin. I love the way it applies. This bronzer is everything. I'm so mad I waited till the end of summer to get it because since it's red toned, you know, I'm not going to want to wear this when the rest of fall and winter is here. I'll probably try to wear it a little bit through fall just because I really like the formula on it. But I wish they had like undertone like Makeup by Mario did with the yellow undertone like Rihanna did with Coco Naughty. I wish they had an undertone like that, but I think they only have 4 shades and this is the deepest one. And of course they did like everybody else does, just force us to be a red shade just like Jaclyn Hill did with her bronzer. So I really love this. I really love the formula. It's just I'm mad that they only have 4 shades. But you know, if we're gonna leave that alone because I had thoughts, but you know. Moving on. The next one I have to recommend is the, what is this? House Labs Powder Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. I have the shade Deep Level 10. This is what she looks like on the inside. Mine is dirty and well loved because you know, I was using it a lot when I first got it. I have calmed down using it because I've been so in love with the Melt one. But since this one is closer to my skin tone, I just dubbed my nail in it, of course. Only thing is I feel like this doesn't show up that deep on my skin. But at least with this one, I have like deeper options to choose from. If I feel like this one isn't definitely giving what I need. As you can see, this is a swatch right here. Can you tell? I feel like it's giving a light yellow undertone bronze that I like for this time of year. So I'll probably start reaching for this one more and put the Melt one away eventually. But I really love this bronzer. The only thing is I say the price is kind of high for what it is because it's like, it's not like it's truly exceptional or wonderful. It's just like, you know, I really like the formula on it. I like the consistency of it. It's just more of, I feel like it's kind of high for what it is, if that makes sense. It's high for what it is. Okay, I think we got all the bronzers out the way. Let's get into the blush. I only have a couple of blushes. I don't think I actually have any highlighters. I know, right? Who am I? I have no highlighters to talk about, but I don't know. Like, nobody was really giving it to me with highlighter, I don't think, that I can recall, or else I feel like I'd have one. So, of course, I'm in love with these Gucci Luminous, cheeks and eye powder luminous matte blushes. I have the shade Warm Berry, and I have one other shade. I don't remember the name of the shade I have. I think it's Radiant Pink. I wanted to get the corally peachiest shades, but it's like they're way too light, and I'd have to find a cream bronzer from what is it, AF About Face, that would work for me to use, because it's like I like to use the cream bronzer, the cream blush from her, and the standing O that I have with this one in order to make the color more vibrant, because you get a nice shimmer, but then you get a nice glow from that bronzer. I don't have this blush on today. I actually have on, what is it, Night Bloom from Pat McGrath, the 2 blush duo that I put on in the video that was way too red on my face and I looked crazy. I love Pat McGrath blushes too, so I would always recommend getting the Pat McGrath blush. Either get the new one she came out with this year, the duos, or just get a singular blush. Her blushes, Patrick Ta's blushes, this Gucci blush right here is really nice, and those are the blushes I mainly use in my collection. So I use Patrick Ta, I use Pat McGrath, and I use Makeup by Mario. Those are 3 blushes I use the most, along with this Gucci that I added to my edition. But they don't have any new colors I want. I want to get more into the Valentino one, so I have a couple of those in my cart, believe it or not, to get. So that's another blush that's on my wish list. Even though I don't really wear blush that much, or I'm not too crazy about blush the way other YouTubers are. Again, I know my girl VIB Beauty here on YouTube, she really loves blush. I'm not super crazy about it, but you know, I am been using that blush a lot, so I figured I would shout it out. The last blush, bronzer, highlighter, whatever situation I have to talk about, is the Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette. Now, if you already have the Natasha Denona Bloom, you don't need this. I'm gonna tell you straight up, you don't need this. But if you want to try it out and get it on a discount, I figure you should go ahead and get it. But this isn't necessarily a necessity. I just figured since it's newer and I tried it out for you all, you might be interested, so I figured I'd throw it in the video. I'm not crazy about it, but it gets the job done and it's really nice. And if you like more lighter pigmented blushing, then it should work better for you. If you like more of the Natasha Denona Bloom palette, because that one's a little more pigmented in my personal opinion. Like the cream blush is more pigmented, and then the highlighters in there are more pigmented. These are more subdued versions of that. So to me, this is a subdued version of the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. That's the best way I can describe it. Anyway, that I do recommend. It's just if you like lightly pigmented things, that's more of your speed than Natasha Denona Bloom. Just trying to tell you like it is. Let's get into, well, I only have one setting spray, so this shouldn't take long. Y'all should know what it is already. This is the airbrushed Charlotte Tilbury airbrush flawless setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury. I also like the one from Patrick Starr, the mattifying one. He actually has a gift set of 2 full-size ones for the price of 1, so I'm like, yes, grab it, buy it. It's in my cart. How you doing? Because some of the setting sprays I have in the room now, I'm actually about to get rid of to make way for the ones that I use consistently that I actually love. So there's that. But yeah, definitely get this one and the Patrick Starr one. I just forgot to bring the Patrick Starr one with me. But the one size mattifying setting spray is always sold out. It's always sold out for a reason, honey. Because Patrick gonna make sure that makeup stays laid all day long. Okay? So this one and that one I would definitely recommend for you to get. Now let's get into some lips so I can end off with the eyes, because y'all know the eyes are the most exciting part for me. I'm sorry this video is so long, but we know me. I'm going to ramble. So, I'll start off with the new lip products, and then I'll get into some older like lip products that I recommend to you. So first, let's start off with this K-Skin Sunscreen Lip Balm SPF 30. I love this stuff. I don't know what Winnie Harlow witchcraft she put in this formula, but it's absolutely amazing. Like, I love the formula on my lips. It feels nice and soft. It says the ingredients on here, 3 active ingredients on here, but this stuff is just amazing. I'm telling you, you need to have this in your life. You need it, you need it, you need it. You need to have it in your life. It's just amazing. So go ahead and get it during the sale. I need to put one in my cart. See, I keep adding stuff to my cart while I'm over here talking to y'all. I need to stop. Next I have this combo right here. So I have the, what is this? What are these called? The Original Me in the shade Tragic Me lipstick, and the Bubblegum Pop Electric lip gloss in the shade Sweet Tips. Now I remember Babs Beauty talking about this lip gloss. This is the one I originally saw that I wanted, along with the shade Candy, and it's one other shade I want, but I'm trying to hold off and just get one shade. I think I'm gonna just get the shade Candy and call it that. But this is what the shade looks like. It's just a nice little nude ish type lipstick. I mean lip gloss. It's kind of sticky on the lips. It smells like, you know, the classic vanilla cupcake sweet smell to it. And then this is the lipstick I use the most. Of course, it's more of a pinky mauve-ish type lipstick. I have the more neutral one as well. I just feel like this one would go better with the lip gloss I was showing you. So that's why I went ahead and, you know, brought this one with me. But I like both of them. It's really nice. The formula of the lip gloss isn't anything spectacular, but you know, I just really like the product, so I figured I'd shout them out. Next, I have the Rare Beauty lipsticks and the lip liner. Now, I don't know where the hell my lip liner is. Like, I went through my lip liners and I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, where is it? What the hell is going on? I don't know. But I have 3 of the lipstick shades. Let me see. I have the shade Creative, Talented, and Lively. Those are the 3 that I gravitated toward. Of course, they're classic lip colors that I would wear. Let me take them out so you can see what they look like. Even though I did a video on these, so if you're interested, I will try to remember to link it up above. I got videos on a whole bunch of the stuff in here. I think I did videos on just about everything that I showed you, except for the Gucci Luminous blush. And I think I probably just threw that in the video with some other stuff, because I was like, I only have 2 blushes. I'm not doing a whole video on 2 blushes. Like, sometimes I just be having to throw stuff in videos. So this is the shade Creative. It's more of the classic mauve-ish pink type shade, I believe. Let me see. Or is this more peachy? Or is it the peachy shade? Yeah, this is more peachy nude shade, Creative. And then Talented is more of the beigey nude shade. Let me see if that's one. Yeah. So Talented is more of that classic pinky, sorry, that beigey nude type shade. If it'll pay attention. As you see there. And then I have Lively. This is more like the, when I'm feeling the mood for like the pinky nude, but it's not necessarily a mauve pink, even though y'all know I live for a mauve pink. But as you can see, this is kind of like a brighter pink instead of the mauve pink I normally go for. Because the mauve pinks I normally go for shades like from Juvia's Place. It's called a mauve moment. That's the type of shade I go for. I actually had a mauve moment on earlier today before I ate my lunch. and work. So since I took that off and Juvia's Place sold it off, we couldn't be showing that. The last thing I have to talk about, I actually have another lip gloss on from this brand right now. So I have on Tower 28 in the shade Cashew. Tower 28 makes one of my all-time favorite lip gloss formulas. Y'all know I love me a gloss bomb. I like the Tower 28 glosses. I like the Artist Couture glosses, and I love Pat McGrath glosses. Those are like my top 3 to 4 lip glosses. But this is the shade Pistachio. This is the shade they just came out with recently. They came out with this and one other deeper plummy shade. I'm not really into deeper plummy lips, if you all haven't noticed. So I rarely do a deep, like vampy plumish type lip. That's just not my thing. I'm going more for the nudes because my eyes already crazy. It is. We don't need a bold lip and a bold eye. I'll occasionally do it, but it's just far and few times. But oh Lord, I hit the light, y'all. Stay there, thank you. Okay, but yeah, so this gloss is amazing. I actually have their gloss gift set in my bag right now. I got one more lip product to talk about. Now this is an oldie. I have the shade Susan Nude from Gucci. This is one of my favorite, like pale girl dead looking lipsticks, as makeup strokers would call it. This is what it looks like. It's just more of a cool tone, like nudish type lipstick. I actually have a lip set from them of their velvet lipsticks in my cart as well, so I just got a whole bunch of bougie stuff. Like, but it's my birthday week when all this stuff is coming out. Leave me alone, because the sale is like, I think the week or 2 weeks before my birthday, so I have to get it then, because my birthday week I don't get paid, so I gotta get it while I get my coins. But I am putting money aside to go out to dinner with my friends. Last, we're at the end. We're at the end. Yes. Okay, so I only got 3 eyeshadow palettes to talk about. I know, right? Who am I? But like y'all know, I don't really do luxury high end. I mean, I really don't do luxury eyeshadow palettes too often, unless it's Pat McGrath and Natasha. I'm shocked Charlotte didn't give us one this year, but apparently we get them little quads. We gotta go on with our life and just accept that. But I tried Dior quads for the first time, and I definitely have to say I recommend them. They are absolutely stunning, wonderful, amazing. I need them. So these are the 2 I have. I have the khaki neutrals and the burgundy neutrals. I recommend both, but pick whichever one you choose. I figured most people, if you like me, you pick the green, but I liked both of them combined. That's why I did both of them combined to look. Okay, last but certainly not least, we have my Pat McGrath Mega Mothership. What is the Celestial Nirvana palette. Y'all know this was gonna be in here. Mother finally came up off that color, and I was like, everybody needs to buy it. Like, everyone, you need to have this in possession. Everyone needs to buy it. You need it. Like, I'm still waiting on the face palette and the highlighter to come. That's why I haven't given you all another video. I was gonna try to hold off and do my 3 looks 1 palette when it came to that, but it took so long to get here. They just emailed me and told me it just shipped, like, today. So, I mean, sorry, yesterday, which was Wednesday. So I'm like, what? So I just had to go ahead and do the video because I didn't want you all to think I forgot. But this is what she looks like on the inside. Absolutely stunning, amazing. Yes, I'm so happy. I saw UOMA Beauty just did a video duping out this palette, which I thought was actually pretty cool. But she was talking about how she didn't like the palette as a whole together, and I'm like, I can see how you wouldn't, just because the color story looks so weird, which is why Mother showed it in the quads the way she did, because it's like, seeing like that looks better than seeing like all this randomly next to that, or you know, like seeing that looks better than seeing all that next to that. So I get why she did the way she did it, and I'm here for it. And we know me, I'm a Mother stan, so I was going to have it. I don't care what you was talking about, what you thought, I don't care about any of it. It was going to be mine. But so I'm glad I had my hands on this palette, and I definitely tell you to go and get your hands on it, because Mother did it with those colorful mattes. But I mean, like, she had an awful long time to get it together. How long did we beg for this palette? Exactly. But those are all my recommendations I have. I know this video was super long, but y'all know me, we're chatty Cathy over here, so I was gonna talk a lot and talk about a whole bunch of stuff that had nothing to do with the makeup and the little stories that went along with it. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I hope it helped you as far as what you want to pick out during the sale. Like I said, if you want to see a wish list video, I can make one of those tonight, and then it can go, or make it tonight, and then it can go up Friday as a bonus video for you all to see, you know, like what I'm planning on picking up just to try out, so you'll see what's coming for future videos, and then you can tell me if you're interested in certain things for certain videos. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.